Hello my YouTubers, I am actually going to do something different today. It's still got to do with my plants, but today I am going to make a rooting Tupperware or container I'm going to float it on top my fish tank and pop in these cuttings to have more roots. So this is the snow queen pothos that I have trim or cut up into small bits and pieces. Because it's winter here, it's quite cold, so I'd rather have them on the top of the fish tank. Actually that one can be planted already, to have some bigger roots. Maybe that might be okay. So I'm just going to put this on top of the fish tank like so, leave it there until it gives me some roots and ready to plant. So I'm going to make some more of this one. That's my idea anyway. I'm hoping it will work. I'm sure it will, because my other plants are giving me new roots. This one actually been soaking before, so that's why it's like that. It's got some roots on it. But you will need one of these soldering machine to actually make holes of the container that you're going to use. So I'm going to make a couple of holes on the top to put the string that I want to put in. As you can see, it's quite easy when it's hot. It smells a little bit. And then I pop in a couple of holes there to let the water come in. It's a lot easier when you're using this machine, making holes on your container that you want to use. Or you could use a pot, make holes on it, or a bottle or Coke bottle or anything, whatever you got, that you can put your plants to roots first before you actually plant it. It's a better survival rather than cut it and then plant it. So that's one. There we go. And then I'll make another one, because I'll have I also have two more other plants that I want to put in. So I'm just gonna experiment on my idea, and I know that it will work because I have put all my little cuttings on top of my fish tank and it seems to work. So this way I am going to make more, and I'm going to float it by tying a little string above. Just a little DIY ideas. Say putting in a jar, because the water just going to get cold and it will just hurt the plant. Whereas if you float it in your fish tank water is warm, and that will help the plants not being so cold, and it will survive better. So this is my small idea. There we go. So we'll continue some more. I'll just put that on the side. I have got this the other day, but I believe this is Philodendron silver stripe, not Brazil, because the leaf are smaller and the stripe is got the silver, and then the lime or green, not so like the see, it's a lot more, it's just slightly different. I have got Brazil one and it doesn't look like this. So I think what I'm going to do, because that's the only one I got, I am going to trim them and propagate. If I can find my scissors somewhere, and hopefully my idea of floating on my fish tank to give me roots will work out. So this is, I wasn't going to do it, but this is the only one I got, so I am going to try this idea. I hope it works. So every nodes will be one, but I might do in here because that's so young. So we'll do one, and then we'll do here, I'll do 2 nodes. 2 nodes cutting. Oh, no, we'll do 1. Oh dear. Okay, so there's 1, and I might keep this one as it is, then I'll plant it. Plus I want some new growth because the leaves are quite damaged, and I don't really like a damaged leaves, so go 1 more. There we go, and I'm going to plant that into the pot, but the rest I'm going to put in my little DIY rooting system, like so. The water will be in there, and I'll have more plant growing, and then of course I can share to other people once they have been established into their pot. Of course it's going to take a little while for me to have more plants, but that's okay. At least I have the chance of having more rather than just one long skinny stem up the top. So I've got a few. I have about 1, hang on, kind of forgot to count it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got 6 cutting, so I'll have 6 little plants growing in the future. So that's my philodendron silver stripe, and together with the original. So that's that one. I also got the marble pothos that can be planted, but this one needs to be needs to have more roots before it can be planted. And again, my snow queen pothos that I have over here, and here as well is my golden pothos. And golden pothos is dark green with very light lime color, very similar to the marble, but the marble is white. Now this is the same idea. I'm going to stick it all in here. I think I need another pot because I have another one that's called neon pothos, which I have over here next to me. So that's 1, and this is the other one. There's my other one that I bought from Bunnings. Now I've only got 1, so I'm going to propagate it so I have more in the future. And like I said, I'm gonna float it on the top. So again, I'm gonna trim it here. I've seen people doing it the way it is, so I think it should work. I hope so anyway. And there, so I've got 3, maybe 1 more. Strain that one a little bit, and 1 more there. And this, I can plant it direct to the pot. So that's 1, that's 2. Do I have 1 in here? No, they're all for rooting. Okay, so I'll do 1 more pot or container with my little holes there to hold the string. Now guys, I will be updating on this in the future to let you know. I think maybe a month or so. Just check whether they've given me some roots and I'm able to plant them, and it'll be spring then. So it'll be good. And in that time I might be able to, put stuff in bottles and glasses rather than on top of the fish tank. And plus it helps clean the water for the fish by the plant cleaning the water, giving them nutrients. So here we go, here's my number 4. Okay, so because I have enough, I'm going to turn these off. Just unplug it there. Just be careful you don't put it anywhere where it's gonna hit something that is, you know, burnt or something. So just be very careful where you're putting it. So all good, I've got it all done. Let's put that away over here. My spot where I'm not going to hit anything and burn anything while I'm doing this videoing. Okay. Now let's go for the next bit by putting my string on my little container. Alright, just one moment. Okay guys, I have got a piece of yarn and I basically just thread it in through the hole in here just to hold it on the stick. So I've just grabbed any stick that I could find. This one here, I actually got one already on the fish tank, so I'm going to slide that in. Now I'm going to go and grab all my plants and then pop it in my little DIY rooting container. So let's just grab all our plants. There we go. Actually, maybe just a little bit at a time, and I'll come back for the rest. Okay, so I'll just show you how I put this one in there. Okay, this is my fish tank for my goldfish. I don't put any plants in there because these little buggers, they eat everything and anything. So whatever plants I put in there, they just gobble them up. So this is how I do it. So I tie it in there. There we go. And so it's floating on top, but it's not going to fall down. So let's just pop our cuttings, which I have here. Okay, so there's one. So I'm going to just put that in there before I drop them all, everything. So this is the neon pothos. So I pop that in like that. See how it's staying? Where's my gloves? Because I don't really want to touch it. And this is my lovely monstera. Well, I'm getting myself sorted. Okay, so here we are. Now I'm going to grab this marble pothos, the IV, golden pothos they call it. So pop that in there. And this one is the marble pothos, which I think I can plant that one already. It's got long roots, but let's just put it there for now. Okay, some more of my golden ivy. That one's a little bit short. No, that's okay. And then what else do I have in here? I've got my Snow Queen, but I'm going to find the rest of the other ones, so they're all the same in the same spot. But I've got a grow light on my fish tank as well, which help the plants for photosynthesis, if I can say it right. And some more of this golden ivy. There we go. I'll leave that there until it gives me some roots. I'd rather do this here than putting in a glass, because the glass water gets cold. And they actually, I've noticed that they actually kill the plant, because I've done that before and it didn't work. But soaking in my fish water actually does. My filter seems to be, oh, it's working. Here it is. There, so that's that one. I will put the rest and show you once I'm done. Okay, I have done it all. Now we just have to wait for nature to take hold and give us lots of roots before we can replant, possibly in a month or so. So I've got the golden pothos or neon pothos. and the golden pothos, which is this one in the middle, and some people call it ivy, and also a snow queen pothos right here, and a little bit more. Running out of room on the other side. And I've got the Swiss cheese climber, and of course the philodendron silver stripe, which I think it is, and then the marble pothos. I just got a little bit, but I do have others growing outside, and I even got one leaf or one node or one bit of camouflage ivy. So this is my DIY rooting system floating on top of my fish tank. Wish me luck!